Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome back to your place of chill that happens to be the coffee company. Last night was fun, wasn't it? Was possibly the most stressful evening of my entire life. But we got through it. We are alive. We are well. And yeah, we are very, very much on the relaxation trend. We've just had our wonderful friends come over and fix my skylight firstly, so that's very important. And they're starting to fix my LEDs that have broken because of the leakage of the skylight. We're getting a few jobs done here. So hopefully, what we're going to do is we're going to have a much more streamlined studio. Oh, don't turn that light back on. Okay. Oh, no, wrong. Well, that one needs to be off because that is no longer working at the moment. Transformer's gone. And yes. And it's fun, isn't it? How fun was last night? I happened to watch the game with some wonderful people. I was watching the game with Mr. Bobjet, Mr. Resjet, Kimjet, we had Igjet, and we have Danny Jet. So we were watching it over at Rez's place, and we were swearing our heads off the entire game, and then suddenly anger and frustration turned to absolute jubilation. So a massive big up to the team, even though they were shite in that first half. massive win. So before we get on to our coffee, because we need a coffee, I really do need a coffee today, let's welcome the people that are in the chat. Big up Mr. Agambar, big up Chris, hopefully having a wonderful day. It's Bobby K. Good. New cameras being installed in the dungeon. Benny, or the new laser sensors to prevent another escape. It's probably to stop me escaping, to be honest. Afternoon, all. Ben's visuals just get better and better. Yeah, everyone loved the thumbnail. I thought the thumbnail was pretty brilliant. Definitely need to lie down after yesterday. Great stuff. Big up, Lisa. Hopefully you're well, miss. Hopefully you're well. Good morning to you. Big up, Jason. Big up. Welsh Jet. I'm off today. Big up the cop and all the lovely folks. Big up, Welsh Jet. Lovely to have you back. And everyone say hello to Welsh Jet. Lucas saying, I was so angry at halftime, almost turned the TV off. My dad did turn the TV off, and he says that's why we won the game, because he wasn't watching, but he always says that. It's 10-19, apparently. No, it is now. It isn't now, but big up. I think I might just start watching the second half only. It's an interesting thing. Great game of Wangsy Wang last night. We played Cards Against Humanity, which was fun. And of course, I got the Holocaust joke. So that game is racist. But it very much is as well. But it's a brilliant game. So there was a lot of fun playing with those guys. Brilliant game. And yeah, we had fun. We got to do that again. We've got to stream that. I think it'd be absolutely brilliant if we streamed Cards Against Humanity in the Spurs community. I think we could do absolutely brilliant. Hope you're all okay. I always love the chance to stalk Bobby K. Great stuff. If 28 was playing last night, the game wouldn't have been that stressful. Shut up, football. Big up, mate. Big up. Good morning, everyone. Big up, Daigle. Shalom, achi. Shalom. Lol. I got the Holocaust ones as well. Yep. Cards Against Humanity is brilliant. Yeah, we got to do a Spurs YouTube Cards Against Humanity streamer, because I reckon people would actually watch that. I think it could be brilliant. Let's make a coffee, and then maybe we might send the link out again. A few people complained yesterday about our moaning yesterday, but we moan on this show. It's all about, what's it called? Self-calm. We kind of do it most Saturday nights at 10:45, Benjit, but we don't play the actual game. We play an even better game. We need to dumb it down by playing Cards Against Humanity. Morning all. Maybe Conte should get red cards more often. Bloody hell, what a game. I was miserable the entire night in until the 95th minute. But brilliant. Big up, Ian. Big up. Big up. Let's have a coffee. But yeah, who was everyone's man of the match? Yeah. Anything we could have learned from that game except for how we all need heart checkups? Very quiet day today. Check your WhatsApp. Sure thing, bro. Sure thing. Oh. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, spill. Oh well. Is what it is. Is what it is. Except I still managed to not clean it up properly. Nothing major like Ian has no worries. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Give us a sec. We have Hurricane Lisa coming to blow us all away. Oh yeah. At some point today, I need to restart Chrome because it's running absolutely like a snail. Probably wants another bloody update. Anyone else's Google Chrome wants you to update it every week? It's like ridiculous. And then you have to uninstall it, and then you have to reinstall it. So it's just an absolute. I've never had to update Safari in the 4 years or so that I've had this computer. And we'll stick it in Tropicana as well, just in case anyone wants to join. There we go. There we go. There we go. Update WhatsApp. Yada, yada, yada. Back to... There we go. All done. I've got my coffee, which is actually the phone has collapsed. So. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? Does everyone need a heart checkup? Does everyone know if everything's great to see Welsh Jet back in the chat. Hurricane Lisa coming our way, not making this up, destined to hit south of here though in Belize. Oh God. Oh God. So all safe. Hopefully you're still going to stay safe, or it should do. But yeah, hurricanes are no. You can't trifle with those things. You cannot trifle with them. We might be joined by a guest in a minute. We've sent them the link. Refresh Hollow-Rose. Uncover. Yeah. Dory. Yeah. The tortoise wants to go to the loo, apparently. Bloody hell. Lovely to be here. I have missed this show. We all miss you as well. We all miss you, Welsh Jit. Always here in spirit, though. Have you seen Henry Wright's reaction to the last minute? Yeah, I did. That was absolutely brilliant. That was very, very funny. Very funny indeed. The best one was probably We Are Tottenham TVs. That's how we well. Kim fell over a table as usual. After I couldn't believe it, and I was thinking in my head, VAR, VAR, VAR. So VAR, even VAR done it, it would have been the end of the game. So, but there's always me thinking. There was only one person that was calm in that room, and it was bloody Iggy. Iggy was calm the entire night. We were all going mental. It was all doom and gloom, but Iggy was like, Iggy's the man. He's the man. Big up, Iggy. But very, very, like, only calm person in the room. We can find out about coffee. Where did everyone watch the game? Might need a biscuit. Might need a biscuit. Coffee's not the greatest at the moment because it's too fresh. That's all I've got. People are buying my coffee too much, and it's really annoying. Coffee's always too fresh. What have we got biscuit-wise? We've got some chocolate DNAs. Delicious. Oh, we've got a chocolate bar. I've got a chocolate bar. Woohoo! I got my favourite chocolate bar. Let's go. Big up. Favourite chocolate bar. Let's have one of those. You need to warm up though, because it was for some stupid reason it was in the fridge. But so yes, at this rate, we're going to do another show about Brian's WrestleMania match that we started to book yesterday. Piss off, Lisa. Afternoon, Stuart. Afternoon, Stuart. Big up, big up. Hopefully you're well. Big up, big up. But very good, very good. Oh, what's Danny saying? Yeah, Bobby K started trouble. That's all he does. He's the troublemaker. He is the troublemaker indeed. Oh, there he is. There he is. We got our first guest, and Mr. Bagel is here. Big up, Brian. Shalom.
I'm just making a cup of tea, so I'm just doing the. I feel like I'm committing treason making a cup of tea on the coffee channel.
On the coffee show, yep, you have.
Mate, I don't function without. As people don't function with their coffee, me with my morning cup of tea, it's a must. You can take the boy out of England, you can't take the English out of the boy.
Oh yeah, no, it's not possible. But we're more of a coffee drinking country now. We're drinking more coffee than tea, which is really, it seems like a fallacy, but we are drinking more coffee than tea in this country.
Yeah, we're probably eating more tikka masala than we are fish and chips as well.
Well, that's always been the case. That's been the case for 20 years.
There you go.
I think the chicken korma might be the number one. It's either korma or tikka masala is number one dish in Britain. It's been like that for 20 years.
You know what? Whilst we're talking, I put a Twitter poll out yesterday. No, a couple of days ago. So this is because I love having cold takeaway the next day. Love it. Yeah. You can't beat cold pizza the next day. But the best one is cold Chinese. Cold Chinese the next day is the greatest thing. I sometimes order more Chinese overnight just so I can have it for breakfast tomorrow cold. It's the best thing.
I'm not the biggest fan of cold food unless it's like salad. I'm not a cold food guy. I'm a hot food guy.
Oh, cold Chinese.
Big up, Paul. Big up, Paul. Welcome back. Welcome up. Bob Spur was in a corner. And play goes the shirt. Big up. Big up, Kimber. Kimber's changed her profile pic. Big up, Kimber. Cold Chinese, actually any pasta cold.
Yeah.
I'm not a cold food person.
Oh, it's incredible.
Of course.
It is awesome.
Welshjet has asked a pretty useful question. She said, who does everyone think we're going to get in the draw on the 4th, which is in 2 days? So everyone give your predictions. And, yeah, we're going to try and have a bit more of a chill stream today because yesterday we got some complaints, Brian, that we were moaning a bit too much.
Oh, did we?
Us moaning? Who would have thought?
I think the word moaning should be with... talking the truth, but never mind. That's a different thing. But listen, what you got to say is yesterday the lads did it again.
Yeah,
the lads pulled it out from a shocking first half performance.
Yeah,
not much better in the second half. But as Vin Diesel said in Fast and Furious, winning is winning. It don't matter if it's by an inch or a mile, and we're through. So Arsenal fans that were ready to put. Do you know how many Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham fans probably had a tweet all lined up to go before Hoybier just ready to push tweet, praying for that whistle?
Yeah.
And they got found out. Listen, I'm hoping we get Club Brugge. I'm thinking we're going to get Borussia Dortmund because we always seem to get them. Always seem to get them at this stage.
We seem to have Dortmund's number away from. No, we do well against Dortmund, except in the Europa League years ago.
Yeah, and it's always like people from Canada and North America will know. For some reason, every single year, the way it works out, the Maple Leafs when they get to the playoffs, big up, looking forward. Big up, Iggy. How we doing, brother? Didn't know which one it was. I have a special guest coming to see me in a couple of days, and I can't fucking wait to see him. Over here in North America, the Maple Leafs always make it to the playoffs. And every time they do, the first person they get tied against is the Boston Bruins, and they get knocked out.
Yeah.
But thankfully, when we get Dortmund in the Champions League, it seems to be the other way. And it's always in round 16. And then if we get Dortmund, we know what happened last time we got Dortmund. We then got Manchester City.
Yeah.
We then got Ajax, and we know what happened next. So hopefully, if we get Dortmund, it's K. Yeah, I'm thinking I want Club Brugge, but I'm thinking we'll get Dortmund.
Every year, the Toronto. That's not very nice, Ian. The Toronto. That's not very nice. The Toronto Craps.
Oh, they do. Mate, do you know what they're actually? If you ask any Spurs fan, when I first came here, they actually likened the Maple Leafs to Spurs. They haven't won the Stanley Cup since '67.
Yeah,
they are the biggest club. Like fame-wise, they are the most. They have a very, 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 very rich owner.
And they always money.
Well, you got to remember with ice hockey, it's different because they've got the salary cap.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy as, and the transfer market isn't like it is.
Yeah, it's drafts.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, I don't know if it's like drafts in hockey, actually. I know it is in the NFL, and I still don't get it because my team has sucked this season. The Saints, they've sucked, and we've got such a bad quarterback. And I was like, well, why don't you just go out and buy one? No, you can't do that. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake. But yeah.
You've got to purposely finish last so you can get the best quarterback the next season.
Well, it's not even that. If you want to get a star player, you then have to offer them players in exchange, from what I'm understanding, and future draft picks. If you're number 8 and they're number 7 or higher, like 16 or something, then you offer your draft picks for the next 3, 4, 5, whatever years you deem necessary. It's a crazy, crazy system. But yeah, that's why I'm going Dortmund. What about you, Ben?
I'm with Iggy. I think it's Inter. I think we're going to go to Milan again. It's destined for Conte to play Inter, and hopefully we'll get half their team in January, so they don't have their players.
I think when it comes to Iggy, he's just praying he doesn't get another Milan team, because the question that he's been trying to avoid. I think Iggy will take anyone except
Milan.
Come here. Yeah, I think he'll take anyone. He'll take anyone over AC. AC will be a worry.
Yeah, I think we could beat them though. Not that we want to play them, because we obviously want to respect Iggy. But I think we could get through it, AC Milan, and Chelsea made light work of them at home at least. But they have a load of players out injured. This Milan team is great, but Chelsea have their number. But I think we're going to play Inter, and Inter will be a problem for us, because they're like us. They've got a similar sort of team to us, but they're better in every position. Instead of Ben Davis, they've got Bastoni. Instead of even though
Bastoni ain't playing, is he?
Yeah.
From what I heard, Bastoni ain't really playing for them this year.
There's something wrong there. I'm not sure what it is, but they've got Brozovic, who can dominate the midfield. They've got Dumfries instead of Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale played all right last night, I thought. He was all right. Amazing.
Do you know what it was? You like I've always said, you got to give credit where it's due. There's a huge couple of missteps from him that didn't lead to anything. But what you do have to say is, when that happened, and obviously Son, let's just hope. I mean, for him, I hope it's a concussion, because then he just misses Liverpool. For him to miss the World,
it's not a concussion.
Okay, so if it's one,
that's either a broken whatever this bone is here.
Yeah,
that's where it was.
That's about the World. That's about the World Cup for his country and everything, all his dreams.
I don't think it would be him out of the World Cup. All he'd need to do is wear a mask, I think.
Maybe he'll get away with that. But well, let's pray. Let's pray for that, because players to miss the World Cup, especially him, who, let's face it, what he does for his country and what he is to that country, for him not to be there is going to be a travesty.
At the end of them, they might as well not play if they don't have Son.
It's not even that. Think about the knock on it could have on Son mentally.
Yeah.
That he should. I just pray that he gets there. But getting back to Emerson, when I saw him come on for the second half, I was like, we need a goal, and this is what we're doing. But you know what? Everyone played their part. Yeah. I have to say thank you to that ex-Bill player Kolasinac, because I thought that header was in.
Oh, any other player that's in the back of the net?
I was like, oh my God,
he is awful.
I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic pass to him. Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing about Kolasinac. When he was at Arsenal, he was a unit. He looked an absolute beast, but he just seems to have lost his weight. Yeah. It seems to be weight now more than muscle. But mate, what a strike from Pierre. That man, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, is a very special. I don't care. I've said it for a long time. He is a very, very special player.
I've dedicated the show to my man, Rodrigo Bentancur, because he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal yesterday. That's the player I'm most worried about. I think we can do without Sonny for Liverpool, as much as that seems like heresy. If we've got no Bentancur, we are done for. Him and Højbjerg have to play every game now. They are the first two names on the sheet.
Yeah, but Bentancur, mate, so when we signed him, I didn't know a thing about him. I didn't even know where he came from. Yeah, I literally had no idea. I knew of Kulusevski, or bits about Kulusevski. I knew nothing about Bentancur.
Yeah,
but my God, it's been a privilege getting to know stuff about him. And over the last month, and over October, and obviously the first game in November, he has been levels above everyone. Yeah. Everyone in that team, and I'm talking Cade and Son as well. he has been different class. Talk about a guy going.
I make him captain. If I'm going to choose another captain at the moment, it's him, because everything goes through him. He's the conductor. He's the one that's directing traffic. Everything's because of his organisation.
Do you know what it is as well, Ben? Everyone, and I don't mean just Spurs, every channel is talking about their players and are they playing it down for the World Cup? Are they keeping themselves safe? This guy's gone completely the other level. Yeah. He's gone completely the other. It's like, World Cup's coming. My team need me. I'm stepping right up. And I said this on one stream before. I think was it yours or was it the pub? I can't remember what it was. But do you know what? I'll give credit where it's due, and for the team to get this player in at 19 million. Yes, it took a hell of a lot of time, which I'm not happy with. But well done, the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Well done, everyone associated with it. And the Juventus, you are so bloody stupid.
Yeah. Well,
if you have any others, what a mistake!
What's the Massimo Allegri is the idiot here. He's the idiot here. Two quality players that Juventus actually need now because they're shit at the moment. Juve merda, in the words of every single one of my Italian friends, bar a couple. Juve merda.
Mate, listen, you've got to look, Bentancur's value's got to be in the 70 million range. Minimum.
Oh, yeah, it is now.
Minimum.
He's absolutely... I'd give him a new contract.
Without doubt. Without doubt. Yeah, I think the only reason I would give him the and this is just very, very nitpicking right now, and I don't know about him. I don't know what his English is like.
Okay.
That's the only... If his English was like at Conte's level or a player that... I would definitely... I would automatically assume, like, obviously Kane's vice captain, then it's Højbjerg. But yeah, you've definitely got to throw his name in the mix.
Well, we could do the whole Ledley King, Robbie Keane situation. Kane could be club captain, and Bentancur can be team captain.
Yeah, but then I think you have to fit Højbjerg somewhere there. I think you have to.
Vice captain, of course, he can be like vice captain.
Oh yeah, suppose you do it that way.
Yeah,
I suppose you do it that way. But yeah,
Bentancur's got to be captain. He's the player that stepped up. He's the man that's... whilst we've been playing shite this year, Bentancur has been... And Højbjerg as well. But mostly Bentancur. He's been the only player that looks like he can pass a football 5 yards. I mean, it's not saying a lot, but he's been there.
But you know what it is as well? With Højbjerg, what people see... What people outside of it... What you got to remember is, people may think, he doesn't do the things that he needs to do more or well. You tell me another player that plays every single game like him, that literally has one game off a season for club and country.
It's a machine.
And puts in 90-minute plus performances every single time.
Mate, I love him.
He is a great player. I loved him at the Eurozigs. Loved him.
He's phenomenal.
He would be. If I'm right, he plays on the left or the right, doesn't he? He's not he
plays everywhere. He can play centre midfield as well if he had to. He's phenomenal.
So I keep saying one name and one name only, who I want so badly at Tottenham Hotspur, and I want everyone to watch him in the World Cup for Canada. Yeah. His name is Tajon Buchanan.
Yeah.
Not David, not Alphonso Davies. Tajon Buchanan looks like Leroy Sané, plays like Leroy Sané. And is played on, actually, if we get Club Bruges, we'll be playing against him in the Champions League. He is going to, honestly, when you talk about young players or players that are going to have a good World Cup and stand up, Tajon Buchanan, remember I said those two words. He is going to come out of this World Cup and people are going, I didn't know about him now.
He sounds like a movie star, Buchanan.
Mate, Tajon Buchanan is going to be, if we had him as well, my God, this guy, I'm talking, he will be available at a price that the club would pay. Yeah. Not like if we went for like a Chiesa, we're talking, right, we need to go in with no messing about big
30 million would get him from Bruges.
Yeah. Well, he's on loan from Bruges. He plays for an MLS team. I can't remember the one. But yeah, if we came
25
in...
25 million, get him.
Yeah, 25, 35 tops.
Pierre is a war horse. Agreed, Lisa gets my vote. Again, I'm going to say this show has been dedicated to Bentancur. So Bentancur as captain.
Big up Graham.
Big up Graham. Big up Graham. Hope you had a wonderful evening yesterday. Hopefully not causing too much trouble. Big up. Kyle is waxing lyrical about Bentancur, my man. I was there immediately. First time we signed him, Irish Hotspur show. I said it whilst a certain someone was calling him a reject. Nah. I said, because I happen to know people that are very close and people that work at Juventus, and they said this guy was integral in their last title win at like 20 years old, because he's only 24. He's only going to get better and better. It's only going to get better.
He is. And thank you, Ian Ferguson, for telling me exactly. Joe, I was just writing you a comment in. Let me know in the comments if you've seen him play and what you think of him. I know you're in the States, but this guy, you got to remember, like after America 94, Alexi Lalas made it big. There was like Kobe Jones or something that made it from the dreadlock guy that came to Coventry City.
Yeah.
And there's been obviously a host of Americans, Clint Dempsey being one, Friedel,
Howard.
Tim Howard, that have come over and made it.
Ryan McBride.
Yeah, and weren't known before the Landon Donovan came to Everton, and they weren't known before World Cups.
Yeah.
Tajan Buchanan is going to be. I honestly,
I think we will sign Weston McKennie. I think that's.
Do you reckon?
I think we're gonna sign McKennie. McKennie would be cheap as well, 25 million as well, 25 million, 30 million. Get him in. It'd be brilliant for us, I think.
Yeah, I'm still. Do you know what? If we were to sign a McKinney or a Buchanan at that price, I will be delighted. But I still think we need to spend a huge chunk on a centre back. That's why
we've got to spend our money on the centre back, a goalkeeper, and a right wing back, and then the team, the nucleus of the team is fine. And then we only need to see. But most importantly, centre back is the way to go. But Longley played all right there yesterday, so maybe that's an option. But we need, as Iggy said in the Good Morning Tottenham away this morning, we need a defender with pace, and that's why we should have signed Kim Min-jae. We need a pacey, centre back, but there's also a beast. Someone that's not going to get someone running in behind him, because that's one of our problems.
Correct.
Well, she's saying, you guys remember Freddie Adu, a US young
big time.
Yeah.
I think he went to Rangers. I think Freddie Adu was at Rangers.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. He used to be very good on Championship Manager. That I do remember.
How bad were Rangers? They were awful. Oh. My God.
Well, you know what? They were bad, but that Liverpool's thumping skewed everything. Yeah. Listen, we know Rangers and Celtic there's always this talk they'll come to the Premiership, they'll do well. And they probably will do well because of the amount of people they'll travel everywhere and whatever. And they'll probably be able to attract players because they'll be a Premier League team, not just Scottish League. But you can see when they do get pushed to shove with what they have to work with, they can't. I mean,
Scottish League it's dreadful. It's dreadful.
I mean, Rangers got to the Europa Cup final last year.
Yeah.
Which wasn't by fluke. I just wonder right now with them going out like this. Obviously, they're always going to be second or first in the league, aren't they? Now that Gerrard's free, will the call come back if Gio von Bronckhorst starts bucking up? Now that Gerrard's back available, would they want to return back to Gerrard? Who knows? But
I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think so.
They can't compete. They cannot compete. When Rangers and Celtic go to other grounds, unless it's like Aberdeen, they take 3 stands of the away ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
teams.
Yeah, it's like they go to like Hamilton Athletic and they're like 95% of the stadium, and it's like, what the hell is that about? What was it? A minus 20 goal difference.
Yeah.
And 0 points.
That must be the worst in the history of the UEFA Champions League.
It is. They are officially the worst team. They are officially the worst team in Champions League history.
I mean, I don't know how Van Bronckhorst has a job this morning after that.
Watch this space. Watch this space. Do you know what it is? It's probably because he's an ex-player and he won a hell of a lot with a player that he's got that insurance policy or that safety net. But yeah, we're there. We see what happens tonight. Thank God we can't get Bayern Munich and some of those big teams because those big teams we're looking at.
I do want to play a big team though. I do want to play a big team because I think we're not in the Champions League to play Bruges, if you know what I mean. I want to see these big teams. Yeah,
but do you know what? If we could, let's say we do get a Bruges, like we got to the final last time. We had a Dortmund. Let's face it, they are a big team. It was City and Ajax. Listen, I don't care how we get there,
as long as we get there.
Exactly, but would you rather run your risk of playing three big teams like last 16 quarters, semis to the final, or have one to get you into the quarters to go right? We now have a chance of this. We now have a
always a room. We just got to play game by game. Improve the team in January. That's the most because when this Champions League starts in February, right?
Let's have a look. I'll have a look. I was actually going to ask you that.
The draw's on Friday, but it restarts in February.
Draws on Monday.
Draws on Monday. Okay.
For some reason, it's normally a Friday, but it's on Monday. Champions League last 16. Let's have a look.
I believe it's February, March. So we got
it's normal February, yeah, but with what's been going on, Champions League. Big up, Ryan.
Big up, Ryan.
Oh, by the way, you, Ryan, and you, Ben, you should have in the match day content a link for today.
Yeah, sorted.
It's the last 16.
Why can't we play in the first half? Because the team isn't good enough, Graham.
Okay, so it's saying ties will be played. Wait, the first legs will be played across 4 days.
Big up, Paddy. Big up, Paddy.
Oh, Valentine's Day. So not only am I with my wife, or not with my wife for Valentine's Day, because I'll be in London, I'd have to say to her, any calls we have planned, we're going to have to arrange it around Tottenham in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Is the first legs 14th or 15th of February or 22nd and 21st and 22nd, and then 7th and 8th of March, 14th, 15th of March, the return.
Was that a little Anita Baker rendition? I don't get how you get there. Get there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. But if you ask me to sing it, ain't happening.
No,
ain't happening. I'll tell you what, Ben. Scotland Yard yesterday, mate. You know my table that I sit at.
Yeah.
Literally, the people down the other end, and then are the people that we sit with. If I was to say there was 25 people sitting around my table, and then the rest of the pub had like a big gap, but there was just so many of us that came in. People were sitting down that end and actually came to join us.
Yeah.
It was wicked. I actually had one guy ask about you. They said, "Where's Ben?" And I go, "What, Ben?" And he goes, "Yeah, the guy that you do YouTube with." I was like, "What?" And I didn't know if it was Ben Daniel and I was like, "Ben Daniel is in London where he does me." He goes, "No, the guy with the beard that you were with last week that you do Tottenham Talk." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I always watch you, Brian, and I thought he was still here. It'd been nice to see him." I was like, "Okay." Unfortunately, you missed him by a week or 2.
That's surprising, but
mate, it was. But yeah, it was a good day. Liverpool is going to be absolutely packed.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's going to be
Liverpool as well. That's a big team. That's very big in North America.
Yeah. It's we occasionally get 1 or 2 Liverpool fans in, and this is the thing. When we do get them in, it's only banter. There's no handbags at dawn or violent. It's just they'll joke with us, we'll joke with them. There's also a family that had come over from London they just lived outside London for 2 weeks, and they came to the Scotland Yard because they'd heard about the pub on YouTube. They were sitting by the library bed.
Yes, Iggy. Yes, sir. Ben was in good company last night. Certainly was.
Who was there last night?
We had Mr. Iggy, Mr. Reginald, who was the host with the most, and he was the cook as well. Brilliant dinner as well. He's
a bagging cook.
Very, very good. Kimber was there. Mr. Danny Jet was there, and he wasn't late. Danny Kiriaki was not late. What the hell was happening? And Mr. Bobjet was there.
Oh, that sounds like a good night. So with Danny, I spoke to Danny on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And he was like, Brian, I need to have a catch up with you. I haven't spoken to you for ages, blah, blah, blah. But I really need to talk to you about something. So I was like, okay. I said, well, I'm just about to do the Late Late Show on Tottenham. We Are Tottenham TV. I said, listen, I'm free Saturday or Sunday, but not Monday. Because it's Ilana's birthday. So he goes, yeah, Saturday we're talking. Spoke to him Saturday. Did speak to him Saturday. Tried to arrange it with him. Didn't get back to me. Spoke to him Sunday or message. Oh, we'll definitely do it today. Yeah. I was like, Danny. I was like, what have you got to do? He's like, I've got to have a shower, do some bits. I was like, okay.
He calls you 10 hours later.
No, not even that. Planned to do it. And I said, Danny, I know what's going to happen. You're going to do these things, then have something else take your spot. So, waiting for him to call me. Hadn't called me, so I just kept flicking through. He's doing a stream on Henry Wright's show. I was like, oh, well done. I'm so happy we're talking.
Well done, Danny.
I was like, well done. I knew something would come up. So he was like, oh, shit, I forgot. Then we tried to speak yesterday, and the one time he calls me is when I was on your stream yesterday. I was like, from Friday to yesterday, you had every single hour of the day, and the one time you call me is when I want to stream with you. So that's probably why he's early. He's done all his late stuff.
Yeah. So
mate, listen.
We're all going.
Yeah, listen. As soon as what I would say is as soon as tickets, you can book flights to Canada.
Yeah.
For 2026, book them, because the closer you get to the World Cup, they are gonna absolutely wallop up, like beyond belief. But yeah, I've got so many people wanting to come out. But one thing I am doing is, obviously, I'm seeing where England are. Please, God be here. Please, God be here. But I think they'll be put in America. I think they will be put in America. But I've said
go to Canada anyway for the vibes.
Well, this is the thing. What I plan to do is wherever England are, I plan to go and be with the England team or the England fans for 1 week, just so I can say I was with England in a World Cup. Whether I get tickets for the game or not, that's by the by. If I can get them, incredible.
England are in Toronto now. That's the greatest thing ever.
Oh my God. Oh my God. If England are here, I mean, Ben, you got to see this city. Not a lot of it, because obviously you were only here for a week.
Yeah.
But this city
quite a lot of it though, to be honest. I've walked around the entire city.
Exactly. I mean, you know, Ben, that vision, can you imagine World Cup time when you come out of Union Station, you walk out the exit, I always walk out. Yeah. And as you walk out, the CN Tower is bang in front of you. And then you've got it's going to be in the summer. Oh my God, the World Cup over here is going to be incredible.
Phenomenal.
And I want to try and get as many people from the YouTube community, both streamers and people in the comments. I mean, Lisa's in Mexico. Maybe Lisa can come over here, or we'll go to Mexico. You got people like Stuart and Ian Ferguson and everyone in the States. If we can get as many Spurs fans together, for the World Cup whilst it's over here, what a holiday you could say. I went to a World Cup destination, saw loads of people, like a massive community, all come together and watch, and it'll just be incredible.
I'm praying for England to go to Toronto. That'd be amazing. Hopefully England and Italy are both in Canada, because I think that'd be amazing. I'd love to. I want to see Italy qualify. It's, as everyone knows, Italy is my second team, which is a real problem since they beat us the last time. It's just that I want to see them there. I
think you'll find that Italy will be put in New York.
Yeah, they
were last time. If Italy come over, and do you know what? I spoke to this with Iggy. Do you know what? I spoke to Iggy after they didn't qualify for the World Cup, and Iggy was like, do you know what? My kid, the last time when Italy could potentially next be at a World Cup, he'll be 18 years old.
Yeah,
he's missed 2 World Cups.
Time to drink.
Do you know what? It's just so sad. It's like we missed the World Cup in 1994.
Yeah. We missed the Euros in 2008.
Yeah, but that's it. We've missed one.
Yeah.
One World Cup in my lifetime. I'm 43 years old.
Yeah.
For Iggy's kid who's going to be 18 and to have missed 2.
It's shocking. And someone at the Italian Football Association needs to be sacked.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Italy will go to New York or America around there because there is a huge.
Italy, it'll have in New York or Chicago.
Yeah, oh yeah, Chicago. Yeah, but you never know. You never know the way the draws are done. I think the actual final is being held in America.
The actual final's going to be held in Texas, I think. Very probably.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact destination, but I know the first game is obviously being played in America.
I think it's
but there are quarterfinals being played in Canada, and then I think the semifinals and finals are in America. But yeah, if anyone that wants to come out to Canada and are thinking the World Cup, it's going to be just this place. I mean, Ryan is hopefully coming out with me when I come back. When I come back to Toronto, he'll come with me or just after me. I had
Chicago won't be hosting. What?
Oh wow, New York definitely is it though. So they'll be in New York. But yeah, I even spoke to Haz today, and Haz is in Florida right now, and he was like, "Brian, I'm thinking of coming to Toronto. When are you there? When are you going?" I was like, "What? You're thinking of coming right now?" He's like, "No. I'm thinking of coming when you come back." So I'm gonna have a lot of people come when me and Ilana have our own property. We have a 2-bedroom apartment. That second room is open to anyone in the Spurs community that wants to come and see Toronto. All you need is your flight money.
Yeah,
that's all you need, and spending money, obviously. But yeah, this city is just. I'm coming home because I need to, and it's going to be great to be home for 6 months. But this is the city I call home, where I live. I love this city.
Great city. I've seen all of it now.
You've seen the majority, yeah.
I've seen too much of it, to be honest. I walked around every single part of that city.
Yeah, there is as I said to you, like when my parents came out, it's not my parents' idea of a dream holiday is sitting by a pool all day, like 5-star all-inclusive, just sitting down, chilling and going out for dinner. That's their holiday. I was like, my mum was like, have you got any places like that? I was like, Mum, we get -40 in the winter. Do you think we have outdoor pools here in hotels? And she's like, oh, okay. But that's their holiday, but we did so much walking with them as well. I had them for 2.5 weeks though, Ben, so we could space it out a bit. Yeah. But yeah, it was as you were saying, it's criminal when you think of it.
Yeah.
We go on about lack of trophies, and that's one thing, and that's fine, but we always get to see our Tottenham.
Yeah.
But not to see your country at a World Cup, especially when you're a country whose history is steep. Like with Italy, it's criminal. It's criminal.
Madness. Well, I mean, they had so many injuries. Like Chiesa was injured. There were so many injuries. But
Iggy, you can support Canada with me, brother. You can support Canada with me.
How far is Hamilton from Toronto? It's an 1.5-hour drive.
Yeah, about that. Depending how quickly you drive, but yeah, you're looking about that sort of time.
You certainly want to get out of Hamilton, apparently, according to. So we were with Erica flew back from New York on the day before I left, and the flight was diverted to Hamilton, and they were just all swearing, "Oh, Hamilton," because they were going to the smaller airport in Toronto, the smaller one.
Billy Bishop.
Yeah, that's the one.
Billy Bishop, I love that name. I love that name, Billy Bishop Airport. And you've seen it, Ben. It's right by the waterfront.
Yeah.
It literally by the sea. But yeah, Hamilton. I think my sister-in-law did live there or does live there. It's an okay area. It's got a bit of a reputation, like everywhere does. Yeah. Like everywhere does. But yeah, it's about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Welsh girl, you need to come back over. Yeah. You need to come back over, and I mate, one of the things, Ben, maybe we'll arrange it. Welsh girl's going to come down and see me when I'm back.
Yeah.
We tried to arrange it last time for the picnic in the park.
Yeah.
But the dates didn't work out. So yeah. Mate, do you know what? I'm telling you. So if you look at it, I've been saying this the whole time. And Catman Jess is in the building. Big up, Catman Jess. She's going to have to come. Catman Jess, I won't be able to see you this season at the yard, but next season we are doing it. We are doing it. I don't care. We'll sort
come down when I was here. Bloody Catman.
Yeah. So yeah, with Canada, every World Cup that I can remember, pretty much, there's always been a shock team. Like Cameroon in Italia 90, like Bulgaria in 94, like Ghana in
2010
in South Africa. Turkey and South Korea in South Korea and Japan, which apart from Italian 90 was my favourite World Cup of all time. I love that one. And I'm telling you, I think Canada has a very, 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 very good chance. I don't think they'll get past the knockout stage. I think they'll get out of the group. They've got a tough group, but they are going to surprise a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah,
they really are. Watch out there. If people go in and say, "Oh, it's just Canada," like other teams do when they play non-league teams in the FA Cup, they are in for a rude awakening.
Some quality players, Alfonso.
Yeah, they really do.
Is world class.
They really do. And our manager, who's English, was actually the manager of the women's team first.
Yeah.
And then they promoted him to the men's team. And there's been documentaries. And the first thing he said in his first meeting is the World Cup in Qatar, we're going there. And they all laughed at him. And he said, no, we're going. And now this country is just, it's going to do a lot of stuff. It's going to surprise a lot of people. Anyone that takes them for granted, you're going to have a very short, sharp shock.
I can't wait for Carlo Ancelotti to be the Canada manager after he retires from Real Madrid, because he said he supports Canada. He lives in Canada when he's not working. Apparently, he loves Canada. So it wouldn't surprise me if Carlo Ancelotti is the manager of Canada at some point.
Mate, everyone loves. Honestly, I've had so many friends. So when I moved to Canada, people were like, your winters are going to be cold. I was like, yeah. And I was like, listen, if you ever come out and see me, or you go out there, you're going to come back and say, right, I need to move to Canada. Every single one that has through booking.com is either living here or in the process of living here. It's just I just love this country. I honestly, it's incredible.
I personally don't plan on living there. -40 is too much.
Yeah, mate. Do you know what the thing is? It sounds it, but you know, like when you say, like in Israel, you've got Tel Aviv that's humid and dry, and then you've got Eilat that's a dry heat. Yeah. Well, you kind of got that with Toronto with the cold. It's not like, yes, temperature-wise, it's bloody freezing, but it's not like the England damp cold. And as long as you wrap up, if you wrap up with the proper, once you go out, it's not like England where you can go work outside for 8 hours or stand and chill outside. You can't do that because you will literally freeze. But you've got things that did Bobby or anyone take you down the path?
The path?
Yeah, okay, but so it's incredible. Downtown in Toronto, like the big part of downtown and parts of, can't remember quite how far it is. If you live in like like your building, like you live, or the condo buildings that are in Eglinton, those kind of ones downtown and everything, they have underground passages that literally connect the whole of downtown. Yeah. So if you live in one of these buildings, you can literally walk downstairs, walk to work, and not come out of the cold.
I have seen
and literally, it's not like subways in England where you walk under a bridge and it's full of shops, restaurants, bars, clubs. It's insane. It's insane. So I've been here for 5 years now, and you do feel the cold. And if you don't put your gloves on by the time you reach the bottom of your driveway, don't bother because your hands are frozen. But it's bearable. It is bearable. It sounds awful, but once you've experienced it, it's not. It's like, hey, here it is.
I can't deal with the dryness. That's what the cold is fine for me, because of course my blood is from bloody Mariupol, so -40 for my blood is basically like, oh, I'm home again. But it's just like, it's the dryness. I couldn't breathe for a week. It's so dry there. You're constantly like, it's very dry there. Like, it takes dry to a whole new level.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But like I said, when I come home, apart from when I'm standing outside a training ground at 6 a.m. in the wrong attire, the cold didn't really affect me back home. Yeah. Because I'm so used to it here.
But it's the damp. That's the worst.
Yeah.
And how any bit of clothing you have, it's just soaked, even if it's not raining.
Yep.
But it's character building, cold. I mean, I know what is character building is being in Poland, one day being 35 degrees centigrade and the next day being -10. That's character building, because you have to you have to take 2 wardrobes with you.
Yeah,
that's character building.
So I don't even know what the temperature is when I'm leaving here next. Like, actually, this time next week, I would have been in England an hour and a half. Please God, if I land on time. But I'm actually I don't know what the temperature is going to be here when I'm leaving, but I'm actually packing. I'm actually going to be wearing my winter coat regardless because it will take up half my bloody suitcase if I pack it. Just so I know I've got it with me, and certain things. But yeah, I don't have to wear my winter boots. I don't. Oh, it's joyous.
All you'll know is it's moderate rain for the next week in this country.
Oh, is it, mate? Do you know what? Apparently yesterday I was talking to Ryan, and Ryan said there was before kickoff, back home in London, there was a huge thunderstorm. Ryan told me there was a huge.
All dressed crisps.
Oh, mate, the greatest. Oh yeah, you want them, don't you?
Ones. The pickle.
You want pickle and all dressed? Okay. Okay.
The pickle ones, they're the best.
But yeah, was it pissing down with rain yesterday? Yesterday evening.
It was. Yeah, it was.
But as I got out of the station, and Ryan sent me that. I sent him a picture. It might be raining where you are, but look where I am. That was yesterday. As I came out of the that blue skies. It's like that again today. It's Alexa, what's the weather?
Very grey here.
Currently, in North York, it's 11 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather with a high of 14 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
It's beautiful here. It's beautiful. Yeah, bigger up. But I'm actually quite happy. I'm happy because this Alexa is racist.
Oh God.
It is. I will ask it questions, and it gives me either a completely different. I asked it when do the clocks go back, and it told one of the answers it gave me is when you turn it upside down. I was like, okay. Then I asked it another thing, and it told me 4 different things completely unrelated to the question. And then Ilana said it with her Canadian accent.
Yeah.
And then it just gave the right answer, and it's happened about 10 times. I'll ask the question.
If you set Siri for US, it will not understand the word I say. It's got to be set to your accent.
Yeah, it's so yeah, I have good arguments with Siri. Alexa.
So it's basically like a Jewish household where there's just an argument around every corner.
That's what I do because I've got Alexa here by the by the TV, and in our bathroom, mine and Lana's bathroom, I put one of those Google Home ones in.
Yeah.
And I love Google. So basically, I start having arguments between Alexa and Google.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you get them two arguing.
Just every Jewish household arguing around every corner.
Yeah. Yeah. It's we will see, but yeah, it's nice weather here, and I have a very special guest still coming to join me for the weekend before he goes to Chicago.
Yeah.
So it will be. It will be. So
when's he get there?
He gets here Friday afternoon.
It's going to be fun. You got to take him to a wing stop.
So no, well, what we're doing, sir, this is the plan. So he lands on Friday, picking him up from the airport, go to his hotel. Then we're going to go to Spring Sushi, which is one of the best sushi all-you-can-eat places.
Why don't you go to Canada for sushi? You got to go for hot wings.
Mate. I've got to tell you this now. So when you go to all-you-can-eat sushis back home, there's one wicked one I go to back home, Sushi Mania. You come over here and go to a sushi all-you-can-eat. The menu is goddamn ridiculous, and it's not just sushi. It's spare ribs. It's this. It's that. It's just insane. So we're doing that. Then I'm going to take him around the Eaton Centre and everything during the evening. Might take a nice walk down to the yard. Saturday, Stell's a big foodie. So he wants to go to Greek Town, where there was a world-renowned
Greek Town.
There's a world-renowned Greek donut place, and he loves this type of donuts. So we're going there. We are going to. We are going to go to. There's a couple of other places he wants to go to food-wise. We're going for dim sum and other things like that. Then Sunday.
Forget dim sum. You got to go for bibimbap. There's a really good bibimbap place in Eglinton or nearest to Eglinton. I can't remember what it's called, but it's amazing. There's some great Korean things in Eglinton.
Oh yeah. By the way, how was your Korean barbecue?
It wasn't the great. It was Japanese barbecue. It wasn't the greatest, to be honest. It was tasty, but it was like it could be better.
Yeah, there's a Korean barbecue place I go to downtown, which is phenomenal.
What was the place? It was. If I've got a picture of it, I can't remember what it was called. I'd have to Google it, I think. No,
yeah, so there's a few other places. Then we're going out for we'll go out for dinner after the Liverpool game. We're obviously at the Yard for Liverpool game. Going for breakfast. Place around the corner from the Yard, which is incredible. It was in one of these shows called Diners, Drive-Thrus.
Why did we not go there? Bloody hell!
Okay, the reason we didn't go there, Ben, or we couldn't have during the week actually. It's called Le Petit Déjeuner. It's around the corner from Scotland Yard, and it's a smallish place, but they do the best eggs Benedict you ever have. And it was the first breakfast I had. First breakfast I had as a married man. So we're going to go there before we go to the Yard. Mate, Iggy, wait till, I mean, I don't know if Rez or anyone told you about when I played cards against you, and Kimber was there.
Rez did talk about it last night.
Yeah, that was like my first ever game, mate, and I was smashing it. When I knew I'd won without even seeing any people's cards, I just slammed the card down immediately. I loved that game. But I did
I'm too busy being clever, though. That's my problem with that game. I'm too busy trying to be...
I'll tell you one thing, so what I'm about to say is Cards Against Humanity. So you know I don't mean this, blah blah blah. But there was one card, and it said Kanye West has started to do a rap with and he's using the background vocals of, and I had the card that was Children's Screams of Auschwitz.
Oh God! And in context now, and in context.
Yes, and you see, I can see into the future. So when I play, I take the gloves off. But yeah, that was my first time ever playing it. That game.
I can't remember what the card was, but the
that game was incredible.
Do you think you've had? My first answer was too much cocaine, and then the second answer, try thinking from Hitler's point of view. That was my answer.
Mate, do you know what? That game is that do you know what? You have to be with a set of friends that you know you're comfortable around. Because if I just met someone at a party and I didn't really understand the context of that game, and I didn't know you and you weren't Jewish, and you put that down, I'm knocking you out.
Yeah,
I'm knocking you spark out. But yeah, that you've got to be with people you're comfortable with in that game. But that game is just genius.
When I was with Erica's brother and his other half with Alex, we played the less horrible version, and it was shit. It was shit.
Yeah,
it was
there's
fun,
a game.
But it didn't have that je ne sais quoi.
There's a game over here as well, which is similar to it. I've seen Ilana play it a couple of times when we've been out. Apples to Apples or something like that.
No, there is a game. There's a game that's like it. It's on 10:45 on a Saturday night. It's called Wanksy Wank.
That's the verbal version of it.
That's the verbal version.
That is the verbal. It's just yeah. Honestly, that game mate. It's just hysterical. It is.
I've got to buy that game,
mate. We were actually thinking at one point, and we were talking to
stream that. We've got to stream of it.
I was talking to Kuva about trying to play a Tottenham Hotspur version of Games Against Humanity.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it.
Yeah, I know you can. That'd be hysterical.
Yeah, I think
but that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to put in. Whoever's coming up with the questions and answers is a hell of a lot of work.
Kuva.
Yeah. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Cards Against Humanity coming soon.
Yeah, it would be. That would be something special, wouldn't it?
It's something for the World Cup because there's nothing to do during the World Cup.
Maybe we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Maybe there's a load of things we can do around that kind of. Even like I said to you, the thing we did at the end of your game show yesterday when we're talking about teams and players.
Yeah.
There's so much fun content there.
Yeah. Because there needs to be a few more games in the Tottenham community. Everything's a bit too serious, isn't it? It's a bit too serious.
Yeah.
We need to have a bit of fun. This is YouTube, and we're all amateurs. It's one of the reasons in my my pre-game show I say amateur opinions because everyone thinks they're an expert. It's not. We're fucking amateurs. We're not.
Yeah.
The Resonator could do it. Rez and Kuva would be perfect for it, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we were talking about that day when we were at Rez's. And
here's
Kim.
another person that could do it. Yo.
Superman is in the building. How are we doing, Superman?
Yo. All good, man. All good. I can't wait for the World Cup.
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're all going.
You are? No. This World Cup.
Oh.
He's coming into course. A little bit of controversy, unlike Bob normally does.
Can't wait for it, man. Can't wait for it. Come on, England.
Mate, you know you're watching the Canada game with me.
All right, okay. Oh, yeah.
We've got to try and get a bit of the community together to watch the Canada game together.
If it's on a Monday, we're watching it here somehow.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
We'll sort that.
We want to kickoff.
I'll bring my tablet because I've got all the IPTV. So as long as I can get onto your Wi-Fi, we got it.
Yeah, done.
It's on BBC and
it's on BBC.
ITV.
Oh, of course, yeah. It'll be on BBC and ITV players.
Yeah.
You won't need anything. Won't need anything.
And I can plug my computer into my TV.
So yeah.
What date is actually England's first game? England,
Monday.
Not the World.
Monday.
Monday the 20th, isn't it?
21st.
And who's it against?
Iran. Well, it might be.
Well,
Iran.
yeah, I mean, exactly. Okay.
That's because it might be a bit touch and go. Iran.
So if our first game's on a Monday, what's the actual first World Cup? What's the very first date of the World Cup game? The opener.
18th.
Okay.
I can't believe it starts this month. It's
2.5 weeks, man.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a couple more games, haven't we?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Forest.
Liverpool,
Forest, and Leeds, isn't it? Yeah.
It's madness. It's all come around this quickly. But it's an interesting one.
Yeah. Is Bentancur finally showing his true abilities?
Do you know what it is, Bob? And like I said earlier, I didn't even know anything about him when we signed him. I think he's succeeded.
The reject, isn't it? The reject.
Apparently, as some people say. But I actually think he's exceeding them. Yeah. I think we're seeing a side of him that we may have seen develop, but I think over the last month, his development he's been outstanding.
I think one thing we didn't think. Well, Iggy might have said, I don't know who said it, but with Basuma in midfield as the sit-in guy, it allowed Bentancur to go everywhere, which helped us out a lot. I don't know who said it. It was either, I think it was Iggy. It must have been Iggy. Because I think Iggy was the only person that was calm yesterday, whilst we were all effing and blinding and screaming, especially Kim, because Kim had a fair few many drinks, which was hilarious.
But you know what it is? Well, what I'm getting, like we're saying, why can't we perform in the second? Only perform in the second half. Why does Basuma only perform as a substitute?
I don't know. I think it's probably the whole. We play better in the second half. Obviously, it's all for there to see. But there are times where we haven't performed in the second half what we needed to. A Man United, an Arsenal, a Chelsea we got away with, a West Ham, a Sporting. It's a good narrative, and is obviously good at looking at that. The fact we're finishing games stronger and getting. But I do think it does weigh itself up. I don't think every time we wanted Spurs to turn up in the second half, it's always happened. But yeah, I suppose what it does show is stamina. And Bentancur runs like anything, man. It's probably him and Højbjerg, probably our two fittest guys. In the squad, and they ironically have been our two best players. So I think there's that as well.
He looked all right because although he had tweaked his hand, or he tweaked a muscle when he had to go off, he sprinted 50 yards when we fucking scored.
Yeah,
he must be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's this whole thing about a lot of Arsenal fans are saying, if the Kolasinac had scored, it would have been.
We didn't score.
Well, he didn't score, but he could then play both narratives, but bring a bit of balance. If Højbjerg had scored, it would have been a 2-2. If Kane had got 2 goals that were gilt-edged, we would have won 4-2. You can't just look at it in one way. Even Spurs fans, we were so lucky. Klasinic should have scored. Yeah, Højbjerg should have scored. Kane could have got a couple more goals. So it's coulda, shoulda, woulda. But
it's not lucky that Klasinac didn't score because he's shit. That's why he didn't score, because he's shit.
Listen, we were brilliant.
As he went ahead, he's thinking, "Oh my God, that one side of North London are going to love me. They're going to love me. They're going to." Oh yeah, it's the white side.
Yeah,
it's the wrong side. It
was brilliant. Yeah, big up on it. It was. I mean, you can put your own agenda against it and look at it from a different way. Oh, look at our poor. Yeah, we're worth shit in the first half. There's no denying that. But give enough credit where credit is due, and we were absolutely fucking brilliant our second half. Absolutely brilliant. Now, what Marseille were doing, because would a draw have taken them through to the Europa League?
Europa League.
Yeah, so it was a case of Champions League or bust, which is a weird one because you think, okay, commit, go for the win, but don't commit so much that you left 3-on-1 in the last minute. So I'm not quite sure Marseille were doing, but it was a brilliant performance, man. It was a brilliant performance. We were all over them in the second half, all over
them. They've been playing poorly this year, especially at home, Marseille, which is crazy with their crowd.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was the Scotland Yard with the speakers, but their stadium seemed awful quiet. For a stadium that was meant like their fans that were giving it all the big and in the bit outside and being toxic and wanting a ruckus.
Didn't go because they couldn't get tickets.
So yeah, once they got in the stadium, it seemed very, very loud. I was expecting so much louder noise. So, I mean, I don't know if it was the speakers at the Scotland Yard. Obviously, people that were watching at home listening to it may have heard a lot more. But that stadium didn't sound as toxic as I thought it was going to be.
It did sound loud though.
Lively.
Yeah, we had the volume up at Rez's, and it was intimidating. But we've got better players. I've said that I expected 6 wins out of 6 in the group because we've got the better players. It shouldn't have been that hard, but it was. And when the time came to show up and get the result, we did exactly that. So no, I think more credit needs to be given. Hey, but the thing is, we've had so many good results followed by poor performances. I.e., the biggest one that sticks in my mind is the win away to Man City, then losing against Burnley, then we need to follow this up against Liverpool. We've had so many. It's our game. This is a game for the taking. This is our game. Yeah. We're favourites. This is a game that we should be winning against a bigger team, be it a Chelsea, be it a Man United, be it an Arsenal, be it Liverpool. And we should get one of these wins now. So as good as yesterday was, we do need to follow it up with a win against Liverpool. I know it's a different competition, but there'll all be that hollow feeling if we don't follow it up, man. We don't want it to be a one-off.
Yeah, you're right.
And speaking of hostile stadiums, Frankfurt are going to be dangerous in that last 16, aren't they? Because their stadium was rocking. I mean, that was twice the aggression that Marseille was. And they're only getting better. I mean, you could say they were a bit lucky that Sporting was shit in that last game. But it's very possible that Frankfurt could be a danger. They won the Europa League. It wasn't a trifle.
But Ben, that's exactly it. Now this knockout, they know how to get to a final.
Yeah.
They can say we've done it the year before. Yes, it's a bigger competition, but we know how to do it.
Yeah.
And when the pressure is on, we can cope with it. And the fact that they lost 2 of their best players in the summer as well just goes to show that they can get the job done. And like you said, they're staying.
Kostic should have stayed.
Yep.
Yeah. Big up. Right, I better go and do some work. Big up to everyone.
Big up, Bob. Cheers for
coming.
Speak to you soon. And I'll see you soon.
Speak to you soon. Big up. Come on. Big up the NHS.
Big up the NHS.
NHS.
Yeah, NHS.
But
he's still with us.
He's still there. He goes.
It's a good point you raised with
Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
If they play a much better team now, I think that'll be done. Though it all depends on the team they play.
Yeah, that's it.
If they play teams on their level, they will beat them with their crowd.
True. What time is the actual draw on Monday? Is it 11 a.m. your time? 6 a.m. in the morning. Get up for me. Actually, it does make a difference right now. I'm up by 4. Mate, do you want to?
I'll do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're still outside. You and me will do it. If anyone else wants to join it, we'll do it.
Tottenham on tour, 11 a.m. Monday morning.
That's right. Tottenham on tour, 11 a.m. Brand new exclusive here on the Coffee Company.
Yeah.
11 a.m. for people back home, 6 a.m. for people in Eastern and other hours across the States and around the world. Tottenham on tour, watch along for the Champions League knockout stages.
Awesome
Done.
Stuff. We've got a rope in Danny Kyriakou somehow, but it's probably working.
He's either working or he'll have something to do and he'll say, Danny Adelt will be there. Because actually, he's in Amsterdam, isn't he? So he'll be with Sana.
No, he gets back Sunday. He's going to.
Oh, does he?
So.
Okay.
Exclusives.
Yeah, I don't see Danny getting up at 6. I don't think he goes to bed till about 3, 4 in the morning. I don't see him doing it. Oh, no, it's 11 for you. What am I doing? It's 6 a.m. for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, Eugene, join us, brother.
Yeah. I'll book it.
There we go.
People want it.
There we go. The return. When people say, or when you ask me, Ben, at the end, so when are Tottenham on tour coming back?
We now know.
We have a date. We have a date.
Yes.
And looking forward to it.
Doing things on the fly is our specialty. This is why.
And you know what? Maybe we'll put the link in the description after for people to join.
Maybe we will. So it should be fun.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And if anyone wants to join us, reach out to me or Ben on social media or WhatsApp, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can come and join us live on the stream.
So people like Ian Ferguson, I know you don't work. I think Ian doesn't work Monday morning. Actually, no, I think he does work. It doesn't work Monday morning, I think. Possibly, if Ian wants to, or the community.
Anyone. I have to say, I haven't seen it yet, but I promised her I will go back and watch it. Welsh Gal made her debut on the Irish Hotspur.
I saw it.
So if Welsh Gal wants to come on, camera on or camera off, whatever. If you're not at work, just anyone that wants to join, either put it in the comments now or reach out to me or Ben on social media or WhatsApp or whatever, and we'll have you on. But that is, mate, I'm so excited. Look at the smile on my face.
Yeah.
Look at the smile on my face.
The return of the Kings. Woo!
Woo! Phil, come on, brother. Phil, come on.
Yeah.
There we go. Eugene's on. I think if Ryan Isaacs ain't working, he'll be there.
Yeah. Let's make it.
Yeah, let's have it, mate. Let's make it a proper goddamn party. I'll see if I can get a party hat like those Christmas hats, or I'll get some shit. Yeah, mate, we're doing it.
It's going to be great stuff. Great stuff.
I am looking forward to it.
But it's just, I'm actually quite hopeful for the draw. I hope we do get a goodish team because I want to see us play a good team. I'm bored of seeing teams you don't know any of the players of. It's the yardstick. We want to see how good we actually are or how shit we actually are. Yeah,
I mean, what you got to remember as well, Ben, is normally it's like, okay, Champions League is done till February.
Yeah.
But now you've got the added, okay, who's coming back fit for the World Cup? And that's not just me. I mean, everyone in the Champions League. And then how does every other team do in the transfer window? So, again, even going into these knockout stages, it's different to any other goddamn time because of what's going on in between. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Yes, I did see Henry Wright fall off his chair. It was
always
hysterical. It was hysterical. Yeah, but Phil. Just see what you can do. And then reach out to us. Just reach out to us, Phil, and then we're sorted. But yeah, having you on would be great.
Reach out to us on WhatsApp or Instagram. If you've I don't have Twitter, so don't find me on Twitter.
Yeah. So, well, technically, you kind of are on Twitter because you're part of Tottenham on Tour and we have a Twitter, but you're not doing it. Yeah. So, technically, you're a silent partner in the Twitter.
Yeah, silent partner.
You're a silent tweeter.
Imagine me being silent, though. That's
Yeah, it's an oxymoron, isn't it? Ben Kaufman, silent. Yeah, like me.
Yeah. We're not a quiet people, even though people think we are.
Yeah. That is so true. But now, obviously, we look forward to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wait for Sun, and then I am going to Nottingham Forest, and I cannot wait.
That's going to be... I wish I was going to that game. I don't have a ticket. If I could get a ticket, I'd go to that. But I should have applied for a ticket. I'm an idiot. I know Ryan's going to that game as well.
No, Ryan at the moment, from what I heard, Ryan might be looking for a ticket.
Yeah.
Ryan might be looking.
No, there's no news on. I think he's got a fractured. Hopefully, it's not a fractured eye socket. If it's that, he's out for a fucking long time. I think it's just a fractured cheekbone.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, he do you know what? He immediately, you could tell something was wrong, because even Sonny isn't one of those guys that stayed down intentionally.
Yeah.
He's one of those that will get back up.
That was painful. I mean, remember when he ran with a broken arm against Villa?
Yeah,
this must have been painful.
Exactly. You've got people, I mean, the number one, I'll say, I mean, someone could chop off Højbjerg's leg and he'd still find a way to run onto the pitch. It's, yeah, that's exactly what he'd say. And then you do have players that go down, and I hate it. Even when it's our players, I hate it when they do it. But Sonny is not one of them.
I mean, we've got to do it more in the Champions League, I reckon. I think that's one of the things we did well yesterday. We wasted a lot of time, like where we needed to. We weren't naive yesterday in that second half, which was good to see. But we need to do better. Yeah,
exactly. You know what it is? There's times to do it, Ben.
Yeah.
When you're winning, and you've got to secure the win or the draw, then I get it. But when it's like 0-0 or something, and someone just goes, and you're down on the floor for like 3 minutes, and it's like, oh, get up.
Yeah.
It's like, get up.
I don't like gamesmanship. I'm a total believer that the game should be played fairly as much as possible. Of course, it should be stern but fair. I don't like gamesmanship at all, but it is part of the game now, so we've got to do it.
Well, talking of part of the game, isn't it lucky? I don't think VAR got involved with us once yesterday.
Thank God.
Not once. When that winner went in, I was like, okay, there is no way. I know for a fact Højbjerg got past the ball whilst he was onside. There is no way but when he shot, even though when he scored, I was still like, oh God, please. And then,
got to be something.
Yeah, I was like, no, there's got to be. And then thankfully, when I saw the pass on the replay, I was like, right, that's it. There's no. But yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's the problem with VAR. It's that fear in the back of your head that it's something. They will find something.
Yeah.
Because they put everything through such a fine tooth comb. They can find that you fouled a bug on the floor during the build-up, so it's obviously a foul.
Exactly.
They're deliberately getting rid of goals, and it's not acceptable in my book, at least.
No, you're completely right. You're completely, totally, and utterly right. But yeah, thank God he didn't get involved, and we move on to, mate. I still can't believe there's only 3 games left. It's so strange.
It's I'm starting to get slightly excited for the World Cup, even though it's ruining our season. It's coming for us if we do well in the next couple of games at a good point in the season where we can the players that are not going, like Dejan Kulusevski, can get fully fit. When we get back, he's going to be raring to go. It's going to be like a new signing almost.
Yep.
But
listen. This World Cup, we know all the backstory behind it and blah blah. This isn't talking about that. I could never not watch a World Cup.
Yeah.
I absolutely admire Rez for what he's doing and standing up for his beliefs and doing what he's doing. I completely get it, and I support him doing whatever he feels it. But for me, I just couldn't. Johnny
Radford has passed away apparently. So a massive
R.I.P.
for his family. R.I.P.
R.I.P. But yeah, this World Cup, I'm excited because it is a World Cup. And it's like you said, it's coming. The venue and everything, that's debatable. But it's a World Cup, and you got to remember we were starved of the Euros for the year it was meant to be. Then we had it. These are huge tournaments that come around, and I am. And also you got to remember, for me as well, you've got Canada going into it, which obviously has adopted me as my home country, or I've adopted them as their So to see them there for the first time since 1982, is just insane. So it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's I mean, the people of Canada, let's say, but like, you can't miss Canada at a World Cup if you're a Canadian, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a even though England will not win this World Cup because our manager is a joke, and we got too many players out injured, like a Reece James, for example. We still can be hopeful. England has still got some quality players. I wouldn't be taking Sterling to the World Cup, for example. He's been shit this year.
He has, hasn't he?
Awful.
He has. He's dropped. But I saw the last game. He's playing Sterling at right wing back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That can't be helping. But do you know what? One thing I will say is, I've never been a fan of Raheem Sterling, but the one thing I will say is he turns up for England. Yeah, you have these players that turn up for England regardless of what they're doing, and he is one of them.
Yeah.
So do you know what? I think he goes. I think he goes. Ben, that's another thing we can do on Tottenham Talk. Whenever Gareth Southgate names his team, we can have a breakdown of the English team.
Woohoo! More streams.
There you go. Look at the fucking energy flowing here.
This is what it is. It's a live Tottenham on Tour meeting room.
Yeah, basically.
See the process of our thinking of shows. We're being totally transparent with the viewers.
That's it. Just so someone may copy them.
Yeah.
With a different naming.
Yeah.
Mention different names.
A certain flip-flop as well. Ivanas or Crocs. There's a flip-flop involved.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll definitely do that. We will definitely do those 2 streams. So there's 2 streams coming your way.
2 streams coming your way.
Big up, Bobby. Oh, thank God, Bobby. We'll speak after this stream, brother.
Yeah, big up.
Well, I'll call you because I'm going to speak to Ben for a bit in the back end, then I'll give you a call.
Shout out for the Welsh team. They're in the same group as that Welsh shit. We are.
Do you know what? Fair play. You got to. With this community, you got Wales. I can't remember who they got in their group. It's not. We've got. Oh, they're not in our group again. Oh, yeah, it was England. Yeah, it was Wales or Scotland, wasn't it?
England,
yeah, we got
in Iran.
Yeah. Okay. I know I'm doing the watch along with We Are Tottenham TV for America.
Yeah.
But the others, we should wait and see. But apparently, well, actually, no, it's not my. I'm not going to say it on air. So, yeah, I was about to say something I shouldn't have said there.
Yeah, good.
Very close to saying it. But yeah, so yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, what is it? What is the first game? What is the actual? Let's have a look. What is the opening World Cup game?
Let's Google it.
There you go. You do it for me. It's normally the holders, isn't it, or the host? Either the host or the holders.
Qatar versus Ecuador.
Oh, what a mouth-watering tie that's going to be.
Yeah, it is on 7 o'clock on the Sunday, the 20th of November.
Okay, what's the Monday, the first day of 4 days? Well, there's always
I am not sure.
You know what I'm going to ask you to do?
Yeah.
Google
World Cup schedule.
So what's the first full day like?
20. So it's Senegal versus the Netherlands at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
10 o'clock in the and then 21st is England, which is a 1 o'clock kickoff here, which is against Iran.
There's got to be more than one game on the second day.
There's Senegal versus Netherlands, England, USA, and Wales. That is those 3 games. 3 games.
Okay. So we're playing the day after the World Cup begins?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
21st.
Wow. And what time do we kick off?
1 o'clock UK time.
Nice time.
So we've got to find something to do.
Nice time. Maybe I'll come to the shop and watch it with you, Ben.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Maybe that's And Monday is when you do your Paul Stewart stuff and everything, isn't it?
Yeah. So you'll be round with all the folks.
Yeah, I will be. 100% I'm there.
Yeah.
100% I'm there.
Watch along.
100%.
Wales never get any love. Rob Page is a good manager. Yeah, it's better than the former bloke.
He was actually a very good player as well.
Yeah,
he really was. Again, used to be my captain on Championship Manager a load of times.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And if we've actually run out of time, Brian, so
Who
that's
would have
brilliant.
thought? Who would have thought?
Time flies when you're having fun. But now we know when Tottenham Hotspur are back. So when are they back, Brian?
They are back on Monday for a Champions League knockout group watch along.
Let's go.
Please come and join us in the chat. But most importantly, if you do want to be a part of the return of a channel that is going to be back for good and expanding rapidly with loads of ideas, feel free to reach out to me and Ben on any platform or if you have our numbers, and we will happily have you on to do the watch along with us. It'll be great to see you. And who knows, we'll chuck the we have time. We'll chuck the link out in the comments after.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Thank you all so much for watching this edition of whatever it was. It was the show that's dedicated to Rodrigo Bentancur.
He's the reason we're playing in Europe this season, and he came with his mate from Sweden, Rodrigo Bentancur. Love that song.
Yeah, brilliant song. And time, as always. Get your money down.
Levy out.
And we'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for joining. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye. Goodbye.